Due to Jordan Peterson's harmful rhetoric, you are forced to go to the camps.
What the fuck?
And Sandy Cortez, the little bartender, her thoughts on Brazilian democracy. I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this is What's Next. Hey guys, Jazz Berganzo here, another What's Next. Hope you guys are doing well on this Monday. Of course, as always, your daily dose of common sense, facts, and salt. Two things. One, you have a certain college in Canada slamming Jordan Peterson and saying, hey, guess what? It's time for you to head off to the camps. In other news, you have Sandy Cortez. Remember the little bartender who doesn't know anything about anything? Well, she's got comments on Brazilian democracy because, of course, certain supporters don't like the current president's point of view. Let's take a look. This comes out of the Post-Millennial. Pierre Poilievre, if I'm pronouncing his last name, if I'm not, I apologize, stands up for Jordan Peterson as Ontario College of Psychologists, demands he receive, quote-unquote, retraining for causing harm. On Monday, Pierre Poilievre, the leader of the Conservative Party of Canada and official of opposition to the government under Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, the skirt wearer, took to Twitter to express his support of professor and psychologist Jordan Peterson, who has been told by the Ontario College of Psychologists that he must undergo, quote, retraining for openly criticizing Trudeau and retweeting Poilievre. Poilievre said freedom of speech distinguishes Canada, a free country, from dictatorships. Well, if you're truly a free country, Canada, you would have a constitution to back you up. So the Ontario College of Psychologists told Jordan Peterson he either undergo retraining or on social media etiquette or lose his license to practice as a clinical psychologist. Because people were getting butthurt, off to the camps. This follows a number of complaints by people who don't like his online posts. One is a retweet, something I posted, and the other is a criticism of Justin Trudeau. Now, I should go without saying that in a free country, professionals should not lose their jobs or licenses because they express a political opinion contrary to the licensing body that is mandated by the government. On Tuesday, Peterson broke the news on Twitter and wrote that Ontario College of Psychologists demand to take a mandatory social media communication retraining course. Peterson said, I've been accused of harming people, although none of the complaints involved in the current action were clients of mine, past or present, and even acquainted with any of my clients. Those arguing Peterson was harming people had submitted complaints about Peterson's public online comments over a 4-year period. Wow, dude. You got nothing better to do but to watch Peterson for 4 years and to comment while you're, of course, in your parents' basement, with your hands full of Cheetos. And included various tweets and appearances on shows and podcasts such as Joe Rogan. On Twitter, Poilievre noted that his critics would say that he's endorsing everything Peterson's ever said. Quote, I don't endorse 100% of anything anybody has said, he said. There are no two people in the world who agree 100% of the time on 100% of the things. So I'm sure there is something he posted I do object to, but that's not the point, because freedom of speech only matters when you disagree. If we all agree, we won't need freedom of speech, because no one ever tried to censor somebody for something they said or disagree with, or agree with, Only it's about when there's a disagreement that it matters, he said. Trudeau has been accused of aspirations towards dictatorships by everyone from Russell Brand to Joe Rogan to members of his own parliament. To the members of the European Parliament, shall I say, who said it directly to his face. Trudeau has been accused of aspirations towards, dictators don't censor things. Their citizens did say that dictators agree. Let me read that over. Dictators don't censor things. Their citizens say that dictators agree with. Only things they disagree with, Poilievre said. He noted that the cancel culture and the woke movement, along with what's happening at college campuses, in the media, throughout corporations and the professional license body, coalescing around its opposition to free speech. And we go from that to this. This comes out of Gateway Pundit. Brazil update. Cortez and other globalists claim today's protests were done by fascists and who disagree with Lula's win should be punished. Yes, punish them all. Cortez released in a statement where she claimed the U.S. Capitol and Brazil Capitol were attacked by fascists. She and others believe those who didn't disagree with them should be punished. We reported multiple stories on this protest on Brazil earlier. Cortez Nearly 2 years to the day that the U.S. Capitol was attacked by fascists, we see fascist movements abroad attempt to do the same thing in Brazil. We must stand in solidarity with Lula's democratically elected government. The U.S. must cease granting refuge to Bolsonaro in Florida. I'm not going to play it because sure. That's some crazy shit going on there. Matthew Interment identified another fascist who believed Lula's win was real and anyone disagrees should be tossed into the gulag or executed. As combination fascists and autocrats always behave, anyone I disagree with needs to be criminally prosecuted and tossed into gulag and or executed. Another knucklehead called those who participate in today's Sunday's protest violent and fascist. Far-right American stop-to-steal operatives have been in Brazil stoking this kind of violent unrest for months. People allied with Steve Bannon, like Matthew Interment, who functions as something of an international fascism super connector. Okay. These people are seriously lost. Oh, no doubt. My thoughts. First on Jordan Peterson. This is absolute lunacy from the Ontario College to say, because of your comments, people got butthurt because of your comments. So either you head off to the camps and get retrained, or we take your license away. Jordan Peterson says, you know what? I'm going to still do what I do. I'm going to still say what I say. You don't like it? Come at me, bro. Regarding Sandy Cortez, well, Sandy Cortez is a clown. And anybody who thinks she's anything other than that is also a clown themselves. Knuckleheads, morons, idiots, buffoons. These are the people that support Sandy Cortez and those who think like her. Now remember, this is the same Sandy Cortez who was serving beer and liquor as a bartender in New York just before she ran for election. Not to slam bartenders, because I'm thinking that there are a lot of bartenders out there who are very smart. But when you proclaim that you know things, like the economy, foreign policy, let me throw that in there, and the economy, when you think you know these things and when you get called out on it and you look like a buffoon trying to defend your comments, it's Sandy Cortez. Should you expect anything less? Sadly, she will have more to say, and I just don't give two fucks. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's the Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. And we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.